Hi, I'm Nathan Tannenbaum with these stories from the Las Vegas Review-Journal. The FBI, Las Vegas Metro Police, and the United States Marshals Service held a joint news conference Tuesday morning on the shooting Monday morning at the Lloyd George Federal Courthouse in downtown Las Vegas, in which the suspect and a retired Metro officer working as a security guard at the building died.
Holy
Exactly how many gunshots were fired?
We can now confirm that the identity of the shooter is Johnny Lee Wicks, a 66-year-old black male with a lengthy criminal history, to include being arrested for murder in the 1970s in Memphis, Tennessee, arrests for various drug charges in the 1980s. 7 court security officers and United States Marshals heroically returned fire on Wicks after he fired on the officers. Wicks retreated from the building. The officers pursued him, continuing to fire. Wicks shot a total of 5 rounds from a shotgun at the officers. The officers then returned fire with handguns, firing a total of 81 rounds at Wicks. Wicks was shot once in the stomach and was fatally shot in the head.
The RJ's complete coverage includes this detailed illustration by Review-Journal graphic artist Mike Johnson explaining how Monday's incident went down. You may have seen the story from this past Sunday's RJ, including the video on boxer Z. Gores and his expensive treatment at University Medical Center Hospital following his collapse after winning a fight in November of last year. Well, in Wednesday's RJ, reporter Paul Harrison writes that the Nevada Athletic Commission has taken up the issue of the $50,000 that promoters are required to provide for medical coverage of fighters injured in the ring. Well, with Gore's bills already past the $500,000 mark, there's apparently general agreement that that $50,000 just isn't enough. So how can the system be changed? Check out the printed online report Wednesday. In other UMC-related news, state health inspectors have confirmed that a pregnant 25-year-old Rashunda Abney was not properly screened at the hospital's emergency room where she went, complaining of abdominal pain and apparently unaware of her pregnancy. Well, Harrison reports Wednesday not only on indications that Abney's lab work showed she was indeed with child, but also on her visit to Valley Hospital's emergency room, where she said she was discouraged from being treated. The Clark County Commission's Tuesday agenda included more talk about tight money and the potential need for job cuts. Local lawmakers also expected to take up the issue of pet overpopulation, voting on a requirement that pet owners spay and neuter their cats and dogs. The Review-Journal's Scott Weiland attended and reports for you Wednesday. Well, now that the holidays have come and gone, the Review-Journal's diva of dining got kind of a backlog of yummy food issues on her plate, literally. The weekly Wednesday Taste section includes a cover story on the popularity of Indian cuisine. There's an explanation of just what Indian cuisine is and why it seems more people than ever are enjoying it in Wednesday's Taste section. A look at the post-holiday list of things to do in Las Vegas may not be as boring as you might think. VegasLand columnist Doug Elfman here with a preview of the weekly What's Hot video planner. Doug, what's going on?
It's hard to believe, but it's a kind of a slow week in Las Vegas, but we'll tell you what you can do, which includes the biggest porn convention in the world happening right here in Las Vegas. You can go see that. There's also the Porn Awards. You can go see that, or you can walk around the hotels and see a bunch of porn stars walking around. We're going to talk about all this on VegasLand Video any second now, along with a few other things like David Spade's in town and Dead Guy and a movie. All right, we're going to check that out any second now on VegasLand Video.
Okay then, yeah, the What's Hot video is up next on the Review-Journal's multimedia page player, and you can get to it from near the top of the ReviewJournal.com homepage. Basically, it's a rectangle table discussion with Doug and the RJ's team of entertainment experts going over stuff. Mike Weatherford, music critic Jason Braceland, movie critic Carol Kling, and the diva of dining Heidi Knapp-Ranella. Sports, the Runnin' Rebel basketball team starts play after a long holiday layoff, hitting the road to take on BYU. The RJ Sports team has you covered with pre-game coverage, in-game, online score updates, and a post-game wrap-up. Finally, your weather. Even with a couple of different weather systems that are expected to traipse across the desert Southwest this week, the National Weather Service forecast is staying on the mostly sunny side. Not much temperature change, meaning daytime highs a couple of degrees either side of 60. Chilly morning lows generally in the 30s. And for breaking news 24/7, you're at the right spot, reviewjournal.com.